You know, in the first incarnation of it, I was very concerned with showing that I was in mourning for my wife, but also be the curmudgeon that he is. But that there were these moments where he missed her terribly, and then became very important in this last incarnation of it that I could take care of my son, which was more to the point of what she would want me to do. But so it was more about the father-son relationship and how difficult it would be for an African-American son to have a policeman father and try to be just a normal teenager with all his friends, but and to have that particular because they're wonderful policemen who don't have Pops's problems. The character that I play, and then there are some people who earned the reputation that some young people have before them. So trying to walk that tightrope and honor the profession, but make sure that I understood really more than I'd ever understood before how difficult it must have been for my son, and how difficult it was many times for officers of color inside the ranks. Wow. To date, that's the important part of that, because every day, you get up with goals and aspirations because of things you see. And I learned from the people who raised me, try to leave a place better than you found it. My papa would always say, clean up behind yourself. Have fun, do what you're doing, but when you're finished, clean up behind yourself. So there's always more to do.
I have been part of this play with the same director, Annie Kaufman, for 8 years.
Is that all?
Yeah, so 8 years ago, Annie reached out to me and asked me to come do an informal reading in her living room of this play that I had never heard of. I knew Lorraine Hansberry from A Raisin in the Sun. Never heard of this play, like most people, honestly, until now. We did the reading. A year later, we went and did it in Chicago at the Goodman Theater. And that was such a success, that production, that we were waiting and trying to bring it to New York, but it took 7 years from that point until BAM decided to do it. And then the Broadway transfer was like the cherry on top. Not many will come as close to Mavis in Sidney Brustein's window. It's a pretty fantastic role, but I'm sure there's something that's going to be written that I will feel that way about. I also think the nature of being an actor and the way we invest in things we love is that right now, this is my dream role because I'm doing it and I love it. And in 2 years, I'll be in something else that will be my new dream role. And hopefully that's how it'll continue.